Quaker Oats Company presents Sergeant Preston of the Northwest Mounted Police with his great horse Rex and Yukon King, the Wonder Dog, maintaining law and order in the wild days of the Klondike. Back to the days of the gold rush as Sergeant Preston with his Wonder Dog Yukon King meets the challenge of the Yukon. This is the Yukon, the territory patrolled by Sergeant Preston. Mecca to the onrushing hordes of gold seekers at the turn of the century. Outpost of empire. From its unyielding soil in 1 year alone came over 17 million in yellow metal. Kilgore, population 67, between North Peaks and Dawson City. Peaceful as the village seemed, there was trouble brewing in the trading post of Ezra Barton.
What's the charge of keeping this gold dust in your safe, Mr. Barton?
Oh, we don't ask any pay for doing something neighborly here in the Yukon, mister. I keep all the folks' gold hereabouts, never cost them a cent. You want to wait out first?
I've got it sealed. Thanks. Save yourself the trouble.
Oh, goody, look, Susan. It's Sergeant Preston and King coming to visit us.
There she comes.
We're in kind of a hurry, Mr. Barton, but we need some lumber for a cabin we want. How about it?
Well, I've got just the stuff for you out back. You want to see it?
You lead the way.
As Baxter says, we're in a bit of a hurry.
Well, I'll be with you in just a minute. Meg, honey, Ken's store. I got to show these men some lumber out back.
Look, Daddy, it's Sergeant Preston and King.
Well, you just keep them company while I'm out back. You better come in now.
Right away, Daddy.
All right, men, come with me.
Let's surprise Sergeant Preston, shall we, Susan?
I thought I saw a friend of ours as we came up, King. Oh, I must have been mistaken, huh?
Oh, King, you spoiled it. Susan and I were going to surprise you.
Oh, he did he? Well, now, I'm afraid nobody can hide from Yukon King. Can they, fella? How's my very special deputy today?
Fine, Sergeant. Susan and I were going to have a tea party this afternoon. Will you come too, you and King?
Well, now, I'm very sorry. That's one tea party we're going to have to pass up. Aren't we, fella? See, we've got our job to do. And, we just stopped by to say hello.
Oh.
I wonder which one of those jars over there has the best candy in it.
Oh, the first one. That's peppermint kind.
You're sure?
Mm-hmm.
Well, all right. We'll just sit right here, and I'll get that down for you. Ooh, boy. Now, how about fixing us up with about, say, 5 cents worth? Oh, that's not for me. No, that's for my very special deputy. For a tea party, I believe.
Thank you, Sergeant.
Where's your daddy?
He's out back with some men.
Good. Well, I'll see him on the way out. Just stop by for a minute. I have to be in North Peaks by this evening. But I'll be back in a few days, and we'll have a real good visit. Come on, King. Say goodbye to Meg. Come on, say goodbye to Meg. Yeah, boy. Well, goodbye, Deputy. I expect you to keep the peace while I'm gone. Come on, King.
Good morning, Sergeant Preston.
How are you, Whitey? How's the firewood business?
Tolerable for this time of year? Tolerable.
Any trouble?
Everything's fine, Sergeant. Most folks don't hold a man's pass to get him around these parts.
It'd be a sad state of affairs if they did.
Right, Sergeant. So long, Sergeant.
All right, Mr. Barton.
Well, hello, Sergeant. Excuse me.
coming to see me.
Well, now, isn't that something?
Would you like a peppermint? Sergeant Preston gave them to me.
Oh, he did, eh? Trying to steal my best girl. That's what he's doing, is he?
But he can't tell stories like you can. And he doesn't know about the old mine either.
Oh, that's better. Anytime you can beat a Mountie at anything, that's pretty good. Is your daddy about?
He's busy with some men. I'm tending store.
Oh, I see. You think you could lay your hands on an ounce of smoking tobacco and a packet of tea?
Mm-hmm. Whitey! Oh, Whitey, you're making a brother for Susan.
Now, what do you suppose ever gave you that idea, huh?
I know it. You can't fool me.
Meg, go to your room.
Don't blame her, Mr. Barton. I'm the one
Meg.
All right, Daddy. I'm going.
I'm not going to tell you again, Whitey. I will not have ex-criminals around my daughter, and this is final.
I guess you're right, Mr. Barton. I guess I'm just not the proper sort for it.
We'll pick up that lumber as soon as we've found a spot for it, Mr. Barton.
Sure, anytime.
Well, what in thunder do you want with that?
I was just thinking how much you look like Whitey, the ex-convict, with the handkerchief over your face.
Whitey!
Slug him!
Hurry up. I don't like doing this job in the daylight.
Don't worry. Still midnight to the honest folks of Kilgore. They're all asleep.
How much more?
This is the last one. Ours.
Of course it was Whitey. Don't you think I can believe my own eyes? Besides, here's proof. This bit of wood is his. He was whittling on it right here in this store day before yesterday.
Oh, but you said somebody else tied you. Whitey lives by himself.
Probably some drifter friend he picked up. Could be a prison pal. It was Whitey, I tell you.
Well, he's not at the shack. Mule, cart, and all. He's gone somewhere. We've already checked.
That proves it. He's probably lit out for the hills.
Well, he won't get far. The dirty old skunk. We'd better form a posse. Boys, go get the horses and meet me back here at the store. Say, didn't you say that Sergeant Preston passed through here recently?
Yeah, it was day before yesterday. Isn't that right, Meg?
Just before Whitey was here, Daddy, Sergeant Preston said he was on his way to the North Peaks and would be back in a day or two.
North Peaks, eh? Good. That's only a few hours away. I'll have one of the men ride out after him. And don't you worry, Mr. Barton. We'll get old Whitey. After all, every man jack in this district has a personal interest in catching him. He's cleaned us all out.
It's my own fault for ever letting that jailbird set foot in this place.
Please, Daddy, don't let them hurt Whitey. He didn't do it. I know he didn't.
This way, we'll stick around with the rest and holler until Whitey's caught.
Well, then what?
Gripe to everybody about our bad luck. Amble on. with their gold. And no Mountie on our trail. It's a cinch.
I gotta hand it to you. This is the slickest we've ever pulled. What about this one?
Just don't leave it or the duffel bag lying around. Now let's get back to our diggings. Oh, be sure and act surprised and mad when they come around to tell us that our pokes have been stolen.
I will.
Now, wait a minute, everybody. I've got as much at stake for finding the skunk as you have. But I'm going to say this. It's all going to be done lawful. Quiet, all of you. I meant what I said. Now, you all know that I've sent for Sergeant Preston. There's only one thing we can do till he gets here.
Find that rat, Whitey.
Right. But no rough stuff.
Now, we shall have
Cassidy's right, man. Two wrongs never made a right. There are 3 more for the posse.
Hold it, guy. Well, what's going on here? Somebody strike it rich?
Yeah, somebody struck it rich, Whitey. You.
Me? I don't know what you're talking about.
Hear that, men? He doesn't know what we're talking about. Well, you'll soon learn, mister. Where's my poke?
I don't know anything about it. I swear I don't.
Ah, hanging's too good for you.
Don't you dare hurt my friend! Don't you dare!
Meg, come back here.
But Daddy, they're going to hurt Whitey. I won't let them, Whitey, I won't.
No, Meg, it's all right.
Nobody's going to hurt anybody. Let me through here.
I'm so glad you came, Sergeant. They were going to hurt Whitey.
All right, go home, all of you. You too, Whitey. I'll get in touch with you later.
Maybe I better explain, Sergeant.
I appreciate all the help I can get on a case. But on the way down here, Jackson told me quite a bit about this one. Right now, I'm asking this crowd to break up.
You mean you're going to let that crook go free?
You're new around here, aren't you? What's your name?
Jim Masters. And I've a right to ask. Whitey stole my poke.
Have you got proof of that statement, Masters?
I got Mr. Barton's word for it. That's enough for me.
Well, it's not good enough for the law, Masters. According to the law, a man is innocent until proven guilty. And if Whitey's guilty, he'll be punished according to the law. Not by any kangaroo court. That's my job. Now, all of you go home. I'll be around later to talk to you. Just a minute, Masters. Where are you staying?
Where Oak Creek empties into the lake. With my partner Pringle here.
And I'll be up there in about an hour to hear your story. I'll see you at your shack, Whitey. But after I've talked to Mr. Barton.
We just have to help Whitey King. We just have to.
After questioning Whitey and searching his shack without finding any evidence of theft, Preston was inclined to believe the old man's pleas of innocence, at least temporarily. He left the woodcutter and hurried to question Masters and Pringle.
Pete!
What do you want?
Mountie's coming. Start panning. I'll talk to him. Sergeant?
Hello. Haven't been here long, have you?
Oh, 3-4 days.
Before that?
Worked to stream off the Porcupine. But when the claim turned up nothing but sand, we moved down here. But why all the questions? We're a couple of the victims, not the crooks.
Oh, just routine, Masters.
Well, with you on the job, I guess you'll find the gold before long.
I hope so. How's it running?
Well, oh, fine, fine.
I hope you don't mind if I look around your camp a bit.
No, help yourself.
How much gold was in that poke of yours, Masters?
About 40 ounces of dust. Why?
Oh, just have to know the amount stolen.
Did you arrest Whitey yet?
No. I haven't enough evidence for a case against him yet. I have to ask you to stay around a while. Both of you.
What are you doing that for? You said if we left that stuff lying around, it could send us to jail.
You can do the same thing for Whitey. Here, ride out fast and plant it in the old man's shack, where it can easily be found.
What for?
Preston needs evidence against Whitey, doesn't he? With that, he'll have plenty of it.
The gold. Stolen gold. What am I going to do? If I take it back now, they'll never believe me. Nobody'd believe me. Better keep it while I can, until I think how to return it without getting into more trouble.
You don't really think Whitey took the gold, do you?
Well, Meg, honey, I'm not ready to answer that. You see, a policeman has to consider all the evidence.
In that case, Sergeant, I've got your man. That's the duffel bag the thieves took away the gold in. And that's Master's empty poke. What do you think now?
I told you Barton had found something. Kind of got the jump on you, didn't he, Sergeant?
Where'd you find these, Mr. Barton?
Probably right where they've been all the time, under Whitey's mattress. I just had a hunch.
What's the matter, Sergeant? Don't you believe him?
Oh, I believe you, Mr. Barton. There's still something I'd like to know.
Oh? What's that?
Why weren't these under Whitey's mattress when I searched his cabin this morning? What did Whitey have to say about this?
Well, I waited for him, and then I took a quick look around the area. Couldn't find hide a hair of him. Thought he might turn up here.
And stick his neck in a noose? I say let's hunt him down before he gets too far away.
He's probably hiding out somewhere.
What, an old man like that? If he tried to hide out, he'd starve to death. Here, put this evidence in your safe, Mr. Barton. I'll pick it up later. Come on, King. Come on.
Come on, men. Let's do our own hunting for the old thief.
It's gone.
But how? Why?
Look.
It's Whitey's. So he got the gold after all.
But not for long. Come on. The Mountie.
Let's cut across country.
Whitey! Whitey! Are you up there? It's Meg!
See, I told you. She led us right to Whitey's hideout. Easy. Maybe the old fox has a gun.
Whitey! Are you up there? Come help me!
Meg, what are you doing here?
I heard them talking, saying you were bad. But I know you're not, even if you did have to hide.
Bless you, child. You shouldn't have come here.
I brought you lots of food and things. Sergeant Preston said you'd starve.
But you shouldn't have come here.
All right, Whitey, reach.
The two self-styled prospectors were gone, but the condition of their camp gave them away. The sergeant knew that no genuine miner would leave his equipment scattered about, exposed to the elements. An ordinary coffee pot cost $14 in the Yukon, and no genuine miner would bother with flour gold, worth less than a few cents a pan.
AJW. Well, that's Whitey's axe. King, we've got a job to do. Come here, King. Here. Follow.
Boys, we must find Whitey now. Meg's gone and taken some food with her. Whitey probably put her up to it.
Yeah, that's right.
Now, I don't mean to imply he'd hurt her on purpose, but this is rough country. At least I know where to start looking for him.
Well, what are we waiting for? Let's go.
You're right, King. These tracks are fresh and moist.
So you brought him some grub, huh?
I'm a friend of his.
People who aren't friends of Whitey's would like to know where he is. Did you happen to tell anyone he was up here?
I don't care what you do to me, but leave her alone.
Of course I didn't tell him Whitey.
Not even about you being up here?
I certainly didn't.
Good girl. Then we have nothing to worry about, have we? All right, Whitey. Where's the gold? This cover hasn't been off of here in a year.
I told you I don't know anything about the gold.
You left your axe right by the tree you took the gold out of. You took it with you. You hid it someplace. Where?
You leave Whitey alone.
Hey, Jim, come here.
What is it? I was just...
Look who's coming.
It's the Mountie.
Circle around up there, King. Go. You better surrender, masters. You're trapped up there.
Bring him out here. Let Preston see him. That ought to slow him down.
All right.
Masters! Help me!
Don't worry, masters. Move.
Over there, Masters. Relax, King. All right, you two. I arrest you in the name of the Crown. Meg, Whitey, you all right?
Everything's fine now, Sergeant.
Oh, Daddy, how did you know we were here?
Well, I remember that this used to be Whitey's claim before he went to jail. Everything's all right now, Meg, honey.
They hid the money in the hollow of an old tree, which I accidentally chopped open. And I brought it up here until I could think of some way of returning it.
Barton swore it was Whitey that held him up.
Ever notice how much Pringle looks like Whitey with the lower part of his face covered, Cassidy?
Well, I'll be.
Why, he's right, for sure. But what made you suspicious at first?
The way he handled a gold pan. Like he was mixing flapjack batter. And the evidence against Whitey was, well, just a little too pat to be true.
I've been a fool, Whitey, for letting a man's past blind me from seeing the kind of man he really is.
This is all very well, Sergeant, but where's our gold? Answer me that.
Why don't you ask Whitey?
Well, I'll be a son of a gun.
Oh, Whitey. Oh, Whitey, you're just the smartest ever.
And I could use a smart assistant in the trading post, Whitey, if you're willing to work for me.
Oh, Daddy.
I hope I'll make as good an assistant as King is to the sergeant.
Well, hear that nice compliment, King? Well, this case is closed.